Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, back here in London and back here on Sackville Street. And for those of you who regularly watch this channel, you'll know this can mean only one thing, that I'm about to drop in and visit yet again with the incredible team of bespoke artisans here at Kent Haste Lachter. Over the years, I've actually commissioned more pieces by Kent Haste than from any other tailor in London. And with each additional commission, the bespoke relationship naturally deepens, further enriching our relationship and taking the whole tailoring experience to new heights. From my first double bespoke commission with John Kent and Terry Haste, to my most recent linen suit, every piece has been its own wonderful adventure, and all of them together, quite a phenomenal journey. My most recent commission was another recommended by Terry, a stylish, single-breasted, peak-lapelled tuxedo. In the United Kingdom, of course, a tuxedo is always referred to as a dinner jacket, and as such, evolving initially from traditional military white and black tie outfits. It is a garment that embodies the very pinnacle of British tailoring. So without further ado, join me as I step back inside Kent Haste Lachter for what I'm sure will prove to be another exhilarating first fitting. Terry.
Kirby,
Stephen Somba.
How are you?
Well, it's always great to be back in London. And,
Hiya, Kirby.
other than the allergies, which always seem to give me this time of year, it's all that fun.
You brought lovely weather with you as well.
Yeah.
You bought some.
I brought the heat, that was for sure. I mean, and
Straight
you know,
like
what
that. And the
perfect,
linen,
for linen suits. So, I wore this to the Goodwood Revival this weekend.
Oh, did you?
You know,
Enjoy yourself.
the Duke was admiring my suit, of
You
course.
should have borrowed some
Yes,
pink
well,
shoes.
Yeah.
they would have worked perfectly. And on Saturday it was a scorcher, so we were
you
there
was
for
there
a few
Saturday?
hours,
Okay.
and I'm happy that it was only a few hours because
It was really hot.
we
Wasn't
would have
it?
not
was really
survived.
hot. Yeah.
But it was a nice change from the tweed that one normally finds at the Goodwood Revival. So I was given a nice kind of tip to pack some linen and some seersucker. And
Was there lots of tweed there?
I mean, there were some people dying in tweed.
Was there?
I'm sure.
Because people plan their costumes, weeks or months in advance.
Yeah, we made costumes
not
especially for it.
expecting,
Yeah.
the weather to be,
We've made heavyweight tweeds and heavyweight flannel shirts, and it's not the stuff to wear in that weather.
I made an 18-ounce tweed for one of my very old customers going back for like 40 years. He said he'll probably never wear it again because he don't wear that style. He wears like a shirt style with a shirt collar on his jackets. I thought of him on Sunday. I thought, oh God, he's really not going to like it.
no.
at all.
I mean, it's like
Very, very hot.
you'd be, baking.
Yeah, Suma was there Sunday.
How were you? At the Goodwood Revival?
Yeah, it was a lot of
I've seen
fun.
you.
Yeah.
Keep
What'd you
starting
wear?
a broomstick.
Thank you, Terry.
What did you wear? I mean, something you made, or?
No, actually, for once. It was like a chiffon wrap dress with beading on the shoulders. Yeah, very 60s, I think.
The weather was a little bit cooler on Sunday, I heard.
Yeah, much better, yeah. But we still saw people suffering in tweed and heavy old army woolen outfits.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a great event. The Duke of Richmond, really has created something.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I used to play the Goodwood tailor back when he first
Oh,
started.
is that right? You were the original Goodwood tailor.
And it was very quiet.
That
And
was
there
the
was
previous Duke, wasn't it?
oh, his grandfather. But he's built it up into a massive event now, hasn't he?
When it's exciting, you see everyone dress up.
Yeah, really nice.
You look out of it, don't you? If you don't dress up,
You do.
it just looks weird.
It's kind of
When you see someone in a pair of
self-reinforced.
jeans and a t-shirt, you'll think, am I in the wrong era?
That's right. So we have an exciting new chapter in the Kent Haste Lachter adventure. So we started with the double bespoke commission, the incredible house tweed and brown flannels and the dark gray, nail head that John did. And then we went on to this beautiful commission. So we had no vents, we had double vents, now we have a single vent.
Single vent, yeah.
And so what do we do next? I mean, how do we
It's
mix
gotta
up
be
the
a dinner.
vents?
It's the dinner jacket. You're going to have 3 on the next one.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
No, you've got to have no vents for dinner jacket. It's got to be no vents.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
afraid.
you're revealing the surprise, the dinner jacket, which is the next fitting, which I'm very excited about because, in so many ways, whenever I think of the tuxedo or the dinner jacket, of course, as the British would call it, I think of Britain, and I think of London, and the culture of formality and how this in many ways, evolved from the military tradition of tailoring. And so where better to have a proper dinner suit made than here in London, Kent Haste Lachter. So what did you choose for the fabric, I guess?
Actually,
we should probably just go try it on, then we talk about it.
I think it's probably best to try it on. We'll have a look at them, go through the cloth, go through the facings. We need to look at the facing.
Yeah.
And when you finish with that, we've got something very special for a dinner shirt.
See-through mesh.
Great, so I'll put the trousers on and then we'll take a look at the jacket. Great.
Okay, brilliant.
Thank you. Well,
here we go.
The beginning of another journey. I'm excited about this. Terry, I give you complete artistic license, on this.
Well, I'm going to change it then for a 16-ounce cloth.
Is that right?
No,
Okay.
18 ounce. Come on, make them sweat.
Well, what cloth did we choose? Because I know that there's a specific tradition around black tie in terms of the cloth you use. And I mean, there's a lot of really nuanced details that, really ought not to be broken.
Yeah, we like to stick pretty much to the rules of a black tie. So we always keep with a black barretthier. It's the nicest. About mid-weight 12. Used to be, I've got one here about 18, but
18 ounces.
18 ounces,
Wow.
yeah. Because everybody lived in big, cold, drafty houses, so they needed to keep them warm.
Yeah.
Didn't have air conditioning. But nowadays, 11, 12 is a good weight. Nobody really wants to go much heavier than that. Although they hang better, obviously, with a heavier weight, but this is more comfortable to wear. Black barretthier gives a bit, so when you sit down, it's a little bit stretchy. It sits nicely. It moves a little bit as you're sitting down and you're moving in the evening when you're dancing and if you dance.
And what do you think of like midnight blue versus black?
Well,
it's another
there's
debate that's been going on, I'm sure, for ages.
There's always two debates. So some people say, "Oh, you wear midnight blue because when it's
dark, it looks
dark,
darker.
it looks black, and when the black is dark, it looks grey." Some people say, "Oh, I don't like midnight blue because it's blue. I want to keep it black." So, look, there's two schools of thought. But to get the facing that we want you to have, it only comes in black, so it can only be black.
Okay, that's exciting. Well, great.
Because we don't really give you a choice with a facing.
Yeah, well, that's you're at a great tailor. Whenever there's just certain choices they don't give you.
You just don't get it. No.
Okay, I think first of all I'm going to raise this 3/4 at the front. It's just a little bit low. And I think there...
luckily that scale's been removed up front.
Terry, this cheap mungo we're using has shrunk.
Well,
so I'm going to give you a bit more room.
It's been a long trip.
It's all that food at the revival.
Well, it's all that work,
Oink, oink. No, just a little bit more room because you need them to be quite loose for brace tops or they're going to catch you because you're...
And at this stage, is the fabric here to be able to do that?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Based on your first fitting with us, we left ample.
Extra double.
Yeah. Just a bit more, raise the bands, clear the seat, a bit more room in the waist, and I think let out the forks a touch too.
What will you wear? You're not going to wear a waistcoat, are you? We haven't cut it with a waistcoat.
No.
Would you wear a cummerbund?
Cummerbund. Mm-hmm.
So would you have a cummerbund matching the facing? Or are you thinking something totally different?
Well, it would normally match the facing. I would do tone.
This is... Do you want to put one on? Sure. Just that is the actual... same as the facing. I mean, this one's too big, but we'll...
Yeah. And so if you're doing...
This way up.
A tuxedo, would you make the cummerbund?
We make these because it matches the facing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, we just made one for somebody. This is his tartan, so he's having that.
Oh, wow.
For his wedding.
Well,
okay, so we'll leave this on then, just really... Just put the jacket, really.
So it's fitting a tuxedo. I mean, is it any different than your standard jacket in the fitting process?
No, it's very similar. We've actually got vents in this one because we were a bit unsure whether you wanted vents or not, but I'm going to try and talk you out of that in a minute.
To no vents?
I think you should have no vents, but I mean, it's just whether you really want to go vents or not. How traditional do you want to keep it?
It's a tough choice.
Yeah. Obviously, keep the sleeve pitch because that's all in the right place. No, you haven't put any weight on, have you? No, it's just
I'm
trousers.
just being mean.
Someone's been playing with your patterns.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame Molly. She's not here.
Oh, Molly tried it last time, didn't she? Yeah, so we blame Molly.
Oh, that's right. You were on vacation.
I know, they let me out for once.
Do you think I'm too soft as a boss letting them all have holidays?
Nah.
I think so.
See the difference with the no vent? You can curve it in under through the seats.
Yeah.
You still get the shape in it. Or if you want the vents, we just take that away. And you've got the movement. A lot of people have vents nowadays. The purists don't have vents.
No vents it is.
I knew that would be the killer.
You'd see things our way.
Well, I mean, I can see what you're saying. I mean, like this, I mean, it's not a business suit,
No.
right? And so,
No.
you know, I so closely associate the double vents with the daytime business suit.
Yeah,
that,
definitely.
You know, closing those just, I guess, adds a touch to the formality.
Yeah, it just makes it just that little bit touch different. You know, going back to, I mean, the Duke of Edinburgh never had vents at all in any of his jackets.
Really? Okay.
Stephen doesn't have vents.
And did John, I mean, did he make tuxedos,
John,
dinner suits for the Duke as well? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, it was everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
White
everything.
tie, black tie, it all.
Yeah, but you don't make many white ties at the moment. It's the ball seems to have gone out.
Yeah.
There's still a few in Austria, but there's very few people. And the clubs in the city, some of them have white tie. We're doing one at the moment for somebody in the city. It's just become master of the rolls or whatever. I love white tie. Though. It's such an elegant garment.
Is it hard to cut?
Yeah.
What do you think the hardest garment to cut is?
Raglan overcoat.
Really? Raglan
Yeah.
sleeve?
Raglan sleeve is very difficult. It's hard to get one that without the pulls in because everybody wants lighter weight cloth nowadays, and it's very, very difficult. We seem to get other people's ones here, don't we, to order to try and put them right. Okay, so I'm just going to pick the shoulders up a bit. It's a little bit loose on the shoulder ends.
Okay.
We don't really want that. And how do you feel on the shoulder width? Do you think I can come in? Let me move that mirror a bit.
There we go.
Once this gets cut off, do you think I can just bring it in a touch, or do you feel
a
that's
touch? Yeah.
not going to feel too small? But I think it should come in just a wee bit. Does it feel comfortable?
Yeah.
It's not catching you here at all, no?
No.
It's
I say, give me ample room to grow.
Well, you sort of, he's been at them weights again, hasn't he? You're quite tight
Thanks.
here. Do you want me to just let it out a little bit on the lats?
Maybe a touch, yeah. And I mean, this is a proper first fitting, right?
Yes, yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is as
You see
loosely
how it's
basted
out
as
a
it
bit.
becomes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we might even give you pockets. You're not going to have flaps on this, are you? You're just going to have jetted.
Yeah.
Why did I say are you? You're not going to have flaps.
No chance.
Sleeve length.
I think sleeves are good at this point.
Looks fine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We even it up later on. Sleeve pitches in nicely. The back is very clean. So I just want to just clean it up a touch more, just so we can get you that real sprayed on look on the back. We've brought the back in a little bit so it's sort of contour on your back. You don't mind that, do you? We got that slight round through there.
I mean, anything different about the way that you approach it?
Yeah, it's going to be a double-breasted lapel, slightly wider than normal lapel because the facing you really want to be. It's not going to be that high, but they should normally be a double-breasted lapel. That will come down to about there by the time it's finished. And we'll just show you the
But
face.
single button, it won't be
Single button, slightly lower than a normal button.
Okay.
Was John's one? Was that 3-button or? Can't remember.
Oh, we did 3-button.
3-button, I think
Yeah.
it was, wasn't it? So yeah, that would have been much more closed in.
So this one will be one button.
1 button front.
Yeah.
Slightly lower than a normal 1 button.
Okay.
So you get that nice, elegant long line because you haven't got the flaps to cut it up below. The facing goes on there. The buttons will be the same material as the facing and the cummerbund, so it all matches. Are you going to have turn-back cuffs?
I think that for
Sort
a dinner suit,
This is a contentious issue, you know. John and I used to
Answer
argue
carefully.
this at length. He loved turn-back cuffs.
I almost don't want to wager an opinion. I would probably say no cups.
Oh, thank God for that.
Correct.
That'll do.
There you go.
We'll go no further.
I mean, if we really need extra weight for the drape, you can, sew some lead weights in the bottom.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, we haven't got the vents though, have we? So we can't. Yeah, someone coming the other day with a Spanish suit, a Portuguese suit. He had weights in the bottom of the vents.
For real. Oh, gosh.
I did check if it was money first.
That's right. It's still a gold dollar.
Yeah. It's nice through the chest because in the past we've taken some of that chest. So I don't think we can take any more away. It looks nice there. You've got the shape in, so it's not ultra shaped. I don't think we want to go massively shaped, do we? But let's just get that nice sculpture going through there. And the length, how do you feel on the length of the jacket? It looks pretty good to me, but you don't feel too short, do you, or too long?
Touch longer, maybe?
Touch longer.
I mean...
You normally do with a dinner jacket, you normally make it ½ inch longer.
Do you? Okay.
Or for
What do you think, Samba? Tiebreaker?
No. We'll agree for once.
It's my way of sort of saying to you we need to go longer when I ask you what you think about the length.
That's right.
Otherwise, if we thought it was fine, we'd never ask you.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have asked you. Yeah, and it doesn't feel tight just there. I know it feels a little touch there, I'm going to give you more, but this part here, does that feel tight at all?
Yeah, I mean...
I'd like to take just a touch of that away.
Away?
Yeah, I want to make it look good.
Yeah, I want Terry Hayes' signature spray on back.
I don't care if you feel comfortable or not. That's not the point, is it?
We don't care about that.
It's really just on this one side, the right side.
It's that drop right shoulder.
It probably is, yeah. There you go.
Wow.
Cuff width, does a cuff width feel fine?
It actually does feel really nice.
Feel good, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's perfect.
Yeah, I think we widened it in the early ones. I went a bit too narrow, didn't I?
And it's a nice,
like
slim
the fabric?
sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fabric's great. I mean, it's a nice, smooth, kind of simple.
Yeah.
Not what you would expect, but the sleeve's beautiful. I mean, it doesn't have too much in it.
No, we haven't cut you a great big sleeve.
Yeah. Which I like because there should be a degree of, kind of
Looks a bit
elegance
sloppy, doesn't it, if they're too big?
Yeah. What's your opinion on double-breasted versus single-breasted? Do you have a kind of a Terry Haste, a firm position?
We normally go single-breasted.
Okay.
I prefer single-breasted dinner suits. My old Tommy Nutter days, it was mainly double-breasted.
Yeah.
And then it was always a waistcoat as well, so it was always a three-piece. And it was a scoop, U front waistcoat.
Yeah.
That's what we did most on dinner suits.
Like this?
No, this is a straight. Go and get that scoop front one.
Oh, yeah.
Problem with double-breasted is it's normally very hot when the functions you go to, and they really have to be kept buttoned up, don't they?
Yeah.
So it gets very hot, and then you sit down, you undo it, and you've got all this cloth flapping about everywhere.
That's a good point.
So most people now go for single-breasted. It's just more comfortable.
Yeah. I heard that you made a Navy seersucker tuxedo
Yeah, that was single-breasted.
for a client, single-breasted.
Yeah, it's short collar, didn't it? Huge lapels.
Proper Riviera tuxedo.
Yeah, it looked really good. I've never done it before. It did look.
But the Laura
fantastic,
piano
didn't
cloth,
it?
that dark navy,
Yeah.
the Laura piano cloth is gorgeous.
Yeah, it would come out really well. That's the U-fronted waistcoat.
Okay.
He's got a three-piece.
Wow.
The
Look
same
at this
fabric as yours.
dark green
Yeah, he wanted
lining.
dark green.
That's gorgeous.
Looks quite nice, a dark green or a dark
Yeah.
burgundy. So that's the buttons, they're the same.
And so this would be the waistcoat you would traditionally do.
If you're having
If
a
you
waistcoat.
were having a waistcoat.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a cummerbund. Yeah.
You can do
Okay.
a cummerbund.
Yeah, I like a cummerbund.
You do. We talked about this before, didn't we? You're not really mad on the waistcoat, are you?
No, I enjoy a nice waistcoat. I mean, I don't know, I could be convinced. But,
Waistcoat?
Executive decision.
Yeah.
It's going to be a waistcoat. We'll do the U front one as well because you don't see many of them. You normally see the straight with the square lapel.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, there we go.
Nice.
It's just an add-on sale.
Yeah, that's right. Well, what are the other details? I mean, black tie is such an opportunity to embellish.
Well, you get the shirt, always looks terrific with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got to wear a shirt. Bow tie, we'll get you a bow tie. Probably
Okay.
a Barathea, I would have thought, bow tie, rather than a cord. Otherwise, it's a bit overkill on the cord.
Okay.
Bow tie. Stephen's got some amazing shirt fabric for you.
Oh, you know a
which
shirt
will
maker?
go with it. I know some dodgy guy we work with. Yeah, I don't know what he does, but he sits there all day falling asleep, so you might as well have a chat with him.
Yeah.
There's not much else you can really do unless you make it. You don't want to make it too Christmassy, do you? It's like a Christmas tree.
What about the? We
also have the stripe down the side as well.
Yeah. Can we take a look at those?
We'll take a look. Yeah. Shall we show you them now?
Yeah.
Right. So let's have a look at some of the facing, shall we? And I'll explain it all to you. We'll start with obviously the favourite is the split ottoman, which is this thick cord with a little gap between them, which is the one we always used to use for the Duke of Edinburgh, and it's obviously our favourite.
Is this like the last bolt? Is it like the Russian reindeer?
No, it went out.
A lot of this stuff they don't make anymore.
No, but they've just made a load. We just bought a huge chunk of it, just in case it goes out again, because you're right, it could very easily. It goes in and out, It goes in and out like a lot of stuff, unfortunately. It's come back at the moment, and we grabbed most of it. This is the normal, which probably most people use, which is just a normal cord facing.
So this is kind of symmetric, where this has that gap.
Yeah.
And slightly more
and it's just a bit
texture.
flatter as well. They're all silk, even the plain one. They're all silk. It's just this one stands out a little bit more, and some people don't want it to be. Well, it's not flash, but who want it to be just that little bit different. Would normally go for the split ottoman.
Okay.
Then you got the satin. This is actually midnight blue, but it obviously comes in black as well.
Yeah.
Which is a satin, but we probably use satin sometimes on smoking jackets because I think it looks good on smoking jackets. Whereas on a dinner suit, my personal choice is the cord or the split ottoman.
Okay.
But you're going to have the split ottoman.
I like it. And then what about the
braid down the side? Unfortunately, you can't get a split ottoman braid. There's no such thing. So we use...
Did there used to be?
No, there's never been. No.
And so this is the tape that goes down that side seam.
Goes down the side seam, yeah.
And technically, it should have
No, it won't be in the middle. No, that's the side, so there's nothing in the middle. There is one with a thing down the middle. And the reason that's there is for evening towels, you have two stripes. It's very hard to get hold of the two stripes. We have got loads, fortunately.
Yeah.
So they use that one with a little thing down the middle, so it looks like there's two stripes.
Okay. And what's the purpose of that? Like, why would one use that over just a single stripe?
The single stripe is for a dinner suit.
Okay.
The double stripe is for evening towels.
This is the proper Kent Haste Lachter, house dinner jacket.
You can have whatever you want, whichever one you want, which is that
whichever one you want that we decide for you. Okay. Yeah. And then I guess we've got, Stephen, the last shirt, of course, that you made was beautiful.
Good.
Well, the collar, I've gotten so many compliments. And again, speaking to what I just kind of mentioned with Terry, what's fun, and one of the things I've enjoyed so much about you, Stephen, is your ability to really reach deep into the annals of shirt making to pull out.
Well, what we've got here is something
the top
that's
shelf.
very, very, very special. We actually got this from an Italian mill that wasn't doing too well. We've got pure cream or natural spun silk.
Okay.
For the body, which is a very, very classic dress.
Where does this originate from? You do
this
silk, not cotton, and cream, not white.
Spun silk always used to be, and was always a cream or an off-white, a natural colour. If it was pure white, that meant it'd been bleached white, which never works out. It never works out properly. This is a natural. This was done as day shirts in the 20s and 30s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of people use this. When I first came into the trade, it was used as a day shirt. But what we have here is exceptional.
What is that?
It's the last of its type. It's a cream silk Marcella.
No kidding.
Which we make at the front.
Like as a bib or pleated?
No, as a bib.
As a bib.
It wouldn't pleat up very well. It would be too bulbous.
Yeah.
It's similar to a white Marcella dress shirt made out of poplin and cotton, but it's in pure silk.
Really? And
So
look how it matches that.
It matches perfectly because it's a natural colour. And you can have it, you can have it, I would have it personally with a plain white collar, a plain silk collar, plain silk cuffs, but you can actually do the cuffs and the collar in the Marcella as well. But I would just have it like they used to in the old days. Is a plain self collar and self cuffs.
And when would you have seen this, commonly used?
Again,
how long ago?
it was never common.
Okay.
It was always something
Quite
special.
rare,
It would probably be done like Fred Astaire's era, that sort of 40s, 50s era, even going back to the 30s. The 30s was more tailcoat, but this was done for tux.
Wow. Okay.
And I think it would be beautiful. I think it would go. It would complement that perfectly.
I mean, how special, just the rarity.
Yeah.
So what type of collar? Just normal,
I
standard
would have
collar?
your normal
Same as
collar,
last time?
your normal collar, with a plain Marcella bow.
Okay.
And if you have your own studs,
I do.
then we put the studs in. We would probably leave this as a flat hem, because if you do it as a raised hem, it might not lay as well as it should do.
Okay.
So I would keep it as a plain flat hem. Your studs, and just keep it simple. Let the shirt do the talking.
Yeah. That's exciting.
It's nice to go back to to something that's really classic, because it's very rare that this will come round again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's few people that even know this exists, so we're going to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
So then...
I look forward to...
You'd go straight to finish on this?
Straight to finish. I've got your pattern.
Okay.
Straight to finish, and then we'll fit you in New York with that.
Can't wait to see you guys. Yeah. Okay.
Lovely.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Yeah. So there we have it. Another incredible sartorial adventure begins here at Kent Haste Lachter. This is what I love so much about London, the opportunity to come see one's tailor, but more importantly is to see the depth of that relationship continue to grow across multiple commissions. Again, first beginning with the double bespoke commission, then the beautiful linen suit, adding the shirt with Stephen, and now landing literally at the the apex of British tailoring with the proper dinner suit. I couldn't be more excited to see this come together, and I couldn't be in better hands than the ones that I am here at Kent Haste Lachter. So thank you for watching. Of course, I'm Kirby Allison, and as you all know, I love to help the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Thanks for watching.